All right, peace, 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 family. It's your BroYosef, and I'm back with another video. All right, back with another video, family. So in this video here, family, I want to talk about why crystals only help you so much. I think this is an important topic. Why crystals only help you so much, and that's for a specific type of person, right? That's more aimed towards a certain group of people who use crystals a certain way. All right, and I'm gonna explain what I mean, because if you use crystals a certain way, they're only gonna help you so much. So we're gonna explain what I mean by that, okay? Because one of the first things people do when they become conscious is they load their neck with crystals. They load their neck with crystals, which is cool, nothing wrong with that. But are you using your crystals in the correct way? That's the important part, family. All right, so real quick before I start, family, I want to say thank you guys for all the years of love and support on my YouTube channel. Thank you guys for all the love that I continuously get. I'm gonna let you guys know I will not be opening up for consultations for regular consultations until the end of August. So towards the end of August, I'll be opening up for regular consultations, family. All right, I get every day people want consultations. That'll probably be happening around the end of August, beginning of September. But I'm aiming towards the end of August. All right, so I just want to let you guys know that because a lot of people email me. All right. Also, if you want to follow BroYosef more, you can follow me on my Patreon. The link be below the video. And also, family, yesterday, 2 days ago, I came out with an ebook. The ebook is still, still coming out, and it was out on my website. So pretty much, let me tell you guys what happened. So I had an issue, family, with my hosting site for my website. So we decided to just move my whole website from that hosting site to another hosting site. And the transfer is delayed in some ways, but so BroYosef is going to get pretty much a retouch on my whole website. Tomorrow, my ebook will be on Amazon. Hopefully by tonight, maybe tomorrow, it should be on Amazon. They're updating some things because when I uploaded it on Amazon, some of my pictures are sideways. I didn't know what that was, right? So that's being fixed and repaired as we speak. So that should be, the updated version should be on tonight or tomorrow from Amazon. So you guys will be able to find that on Amazon. And like I said, family, my website should be back up today or tomorrow. And, new hosting company taking my website to another level. So that's what's going on with that, family. So yeah, the website, the ebook came out for a minute. And then, the website started acting crazy. So we had to move our hosting from our hosting site to another hosting site. All right. And for those of you who know about creating websites, you know what I mean. You got to have a hosting site to have your website on. So that's kind of what's going on with that, family. So yeah, family, that's what it is. So like I said, if you want to see more BroYosef, email me nulyfetools@gmail.com. I can answer short questions here and there. Some of y'all know I do answer questions once in a while on there, but it's too many people that be emailing me sometimes, right? So consultations will open up towards the end of this month, and you can follow me on Patreon, family, if you want more. All right. So the ebook is an ebook. It's the first part to my physical copy I got coming in October, November, right? I'm shooting for October. I'm gonna have a physical copy that people can actually buy, and that's gonna be my book of everything I've talked about over the years, plus some new stuff. So it's gonna be that one book that, that will be in the world that BroYosef put out, that has all the information I put out for many years, plus more stuff. All right. So let's go in, family. All right. So like I said, family, one of the first things people do when they become conscious is they tend to wear a bunch of crystals, right? And I'm going to be honest about something, right? The more crystals I see people wearing, the more I know they're beginners in magic and spirituality, right? So let me be clear. There's nothing wrong with wearing crystals. Nothing wrong at all. Some people wear crystals. You could tell their crystals are charged, programmed, and all this other stuff. Some people just get to buy the crystal, they put it on. They don't do nothing to it. Those are kind of the people I'm talking about. So if you're going to wear crystals around your neck, family, it's very important that you understand what crystals are, how they work, and what you're doing. Because you can't program every crystal to do everything. We got to be clear on that. Okay, you can't program every crystal to do everything. And I thought this was an important topic because I get a lot of questions. For some reason, the past month, I've been getting a lot of questions about crystals, And I'm like, I thought people understood this stuff. So let me come back on here and talk about this again. I haven't done a crystal video in a long time, right? So that's important, fam. I want you guys to understand that first. If you're wearing crystals around your neck and you bought it from the store and you just put it around your neck, you ain't even cleaned it yet. You don't know if somebody had that on before, sold it to the crystal shop. You don't know what's going on. You got to clean those things. Some crystals don't need to be cleaned. You got to know what crystals don't need to be cleaned. You got to study it. Get a good book. I always talk about the Crystal Bible. It's a good book to start with. The Crystal Bible is a good book to start with for people just learning about crystals. Or if you're just waking up. You know what I'm saying? So these things are very important, family. All right. So crystals are pieces of the earth's soul. I want to be clear on that, family. So what are you getting when you're getting crystals? Yes, the sunlight hits the earth and transmutes the minerals and energy in the earth to make the spiritual soul of the earth appear in the physical form. That's what you're getting. You're getting the spiritual soul of the planet Earth in physical form when you look at these crystals. Your soul is a crystal. Everybody on the planet who has a soul, because everybody don't have a soul, but those who have a soul, your soul looks like a crystal. It has facets, just like a gemstone, just like a crystal. All right? You have a piece of your soul down here in your body. Now you have other parts of your soul that go on in angels and demons and elementals and gods and dragons. You have all these different parts of your soul that go all the way up to the creator. Okay? And in you have a small piece of your soul down here in your body that is a piece of your major soul. So when you pick up a crystal, right? I'm trying to think if I have any around me. I always keep this on my desk. Y'all seen this many times. When you pick up a crystal, family, you are seeing, right? You're seeing a piece of the earth's soul, literally, okay? And you're wearing these soul vibrations. Everybody's soul can be programmed and updated and evolved. So can a crystal. A crystal can be programmed, updated, and a crystal can evolve. How do you evolve a crystal, family? By feeding it information. So if you have crystals, you got to put your crystals to work. Okay? You just can't put them in a drawer and put them away and never use them. Or just put them around your neck and then take them off in the morning or when you get home and then put them around your neck the next day. You got to clean these. It's a process of crystals. You got to feed crystals. So like I've been saying for years on my channel, when you ain't doing nothing with crystals, sit them on top of a book. If you have a money crystal, put it on top of some money. You know what I mean? Do this stuff. Put a crystal next to even a computer, right? Put a crystal next to anything because they're always trying to get information. They're always trying to absorb knowledge and information. It is very important, family, because one thing you got to understand about crystals is crystals are part of a greater design, right? So crystals are a piece of technology, but in order to make a crystal really work, especially lower level crystals, you're going to need to add them to something else to make them work. So this is where I did a video for those of you who don't know about something called crystal grids. I did that maybe 2 years ago. I did a video about crystal grids and how to create a crystal grid. Crystal grids are very important because they can help you expand the energy of whatever you're programmed the crystal grid to do. If you don't know what it is, you can go back on my channel, type in BroYosef crystal grids or nulyfetools crystal grids, and it should pop up. Okay? Crystal grids are very important, and they're something that you should definitely have in your home for protection or to expand the high vibrational energy. So you can put a protective, crystal grid in your house if you know how to make it correctly. And you can also put a love or high vibrational crystal grid in your house to expand the energy and keep the energy moving and clear in your house, so your house don't get stagnant. You know what I'm saying? This will also block away negative energies. Crystal grids can put a force field around your house. You know what I'm saying? I think one of the most powerful things I ever did with a crystal grid was I made a sigil one time, a very basic sigil, right? And I took the crystal grid and I made the crystal grid into the sigil that I've designed. So I actually literally took the crystals of my choosing and I made the crystals shape into the crystal grid. And I would look at that crystal grid every day. It was a protection grid, right? And I did a protection sigil for my house. And man, you can't tell me that thing didn't work. It went to the next level. You know what I'm saying? So that's something y'all could try too. You know, you got to take it, it's technology, fam. It's a piece of technology, crystals, okay? It's a piece of technology, but they're part of a greater design, okay? You have to understand that. So crystal grids are one part of it. Also, crystals that are shaped into things. So you can get crystals that are shaped into dragons, crystals that look like Buddha, crystals that look like have skulls on them to represent the ancestors, right? Those type of crystals you can put on your altars. I always tell y'all, don't put crystals on the altar, right? Because crystals suck energy, right? But at the same time, if your crystal is shaped into a skull, for example, and you want to put that skull crystal that's already programmed to a skull, and you want to put that on your ancestor altar, that's cool. But just a regular basic crystal on your altar, I don't care if it's pointed. A pointed crystal is not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about literally a crystal that's shaped into a design. Like maybe it's shaped into, the tree of life or the flower of life, or maybe it's shaped into a Buddha or a deity. Something like that. A crystal like that is already programmed once you cut it into those shapes. Okay. And I kind of go into that in my book, putting different shapes and stuff on the actual crystals, right? So that's important because now you've programmed the crystal. If you put a shape on a crystal, you programmed it for life. Or if the crystal is shaped into something, that's what it's going to be for life. All right. So that's another way you can use crystal technology. Is you can literally take crystals, you can take the crystal and shape it into something. Now, I always talk about how obsidian is not good for you to have, especially a piece of obsidian that's not shaped into anything, because it becomes like a black hole. It can suck up negative energy and positive energy, right? So, but if you have an obsidian that's shaped into something, like a spearhead or a knife or a deity or a dragon, then that's cool. You can wear obsidian like that because it's programmed now. Okay? It's programmed. So that's very important. Another type of technology you can use crystals for is crystal formulas. Okay? So you can literally take crystals, put them in certain water, put the crystals in certain teas, put the crystals in certain wines and different types of spirits and liquor. You can put crystals in these things, mixed with other herbs. You can actually have a crystal formula, right? You can make oils out of crystals. You could take olive oil and put certain crystals in them, or sunflower oil, put certain crystals in them, and program the crystal and put certain herbs in there with it, and actually have a formula that the crystal is helping the formula. And you would take and usually set it in the sun or the moon or connected with some type of element, and you will literally have a formula. Okay, you have a crystal formula. Then you have divine crystals, right? And there's a couple of divine crystals out there, crystals that are on a whole nother level, right? They come from the earth, or they grow in the earth, or on top of the earth sometimes, or in a cave, but they're divine crystals. And one crystal I talked about is Likalea. It's a divine crystal. That's a crystal that is on another level, okay? Or a stone that's on another level. And shout out to Brother Henke. He hit me up. We might do something soon. I know he was talking about it not too long ago. He hit me up and showed love on that. I appreciate that, Brother Henke. I know he goes hard. He goes in deep on the crystals. You know what I'm saying? All kind of information. And he really loved the information I put out on the Likalea. So shout out to him for that. But the Likalea is definitely something that is extremely powerful, and it's what I like to call a divine crystal. I only gave y'all one divine crystal. I ain't really give y'all all the divine crystals, but there's some divine crystals out there that y'all can look up. That's on another level, and Likalea is one of them. Okay, Likalea is one of them divine crystals that only grows in a certain part of the world, and it grows in a cave. You know what I'm saying? So very powerful, right? So that's something else you guys can do. You can create these crystal formulas. Now, when you get a crystal family, for the newbies out there, you want to make sure you program the crystal, but you need the right crystal to program. So if you have a black tourmaline crystal, you can't program that crystal for love. It's not what it's designed for. Its frequency is designed for protection, right? If you have a black onyx, which is also protection, or a hematite, you can't use these things for love. You can't. Those are for protection. So you need to understand what type of crystal you have. And I've talked to people who don't know, and they'll just program a crystal for anything when they program. So you can't do that, right? That's not what it's designed for. You're going to need a rose quartz or some type of, rose quartz is the best for love, I would say. Or if you want a high vibrational stone, you can get citrine is a high vibrational stone. One of my favorite high vibrational stones. tangerine quartz, which is hard to find, but it's one of my favorite gemstones for creativity and high vibrations. It's a lot of high vibratory stones out there. And then some stones don't work that good with you. You know what I'm saying? Like cinnabar. Cinnabar is a stone that's you shouldn't wear that much, right? It kind of works against you to a degree, cinnabar. No disrespect towards anybody wearing cinnabar. Some people disagree with that. That's cool. You know what I'm saying? But I don't like cinnabar. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think it's a crystal that people should wear like that. So at the end of the day, family, that's what crystals are. Selenite. You gotta know how selenite works. Selenite never needs to be cleaned, but selenite charges other crystals. And selenite is something you can't really put in water. You can't get it wet. I know a young kid that was telling me they selenite in the water and they woke up in the morning, it was gone. I think it went to another level, Yosef. I said, no, it disintegrated. You ain't supposed to get selenite wet. It will literally turn into like a powdery thing and disintegrate inside the water. You can't do that. You know what I'm saying? So you got to just study your crystals and understand what you're doing, family. All right? You got to understand what you're doing. All right? So another thing that's important, family, is that to understand that crystals receive energy. They're receivers. That's why you put them in technology, right? You put them in, well, let me say this first. Choose the right crystal to program. I want to make emphasis on that. It's very important, family. One of the crystals that you can program to do anything is a quartz crystal. But quartz crystal, if you don't clean it all the time, you can pick up frequencies. Like you got to clean quartz crystal probably weekly. You can't forget or can pick up negative energy really easily, quartz crystals. Or if you use it for one particular thing, use it for that thing and put it away. Okay, quartz crystals, very important, family. All right, and that's one of the crystals that is universal. You can use it for pretty much anything, quartz crystals. And there's a few others out there. But know what crystal you programming. So look your crystal up. Know what you programming it for. If you're trying to use a crystal for love, you're trying to get money from it, it may not work for you. You have to get you a malachite or a citrine or something like that. All right, very important. So I wanted to say that, get that in your head before we move forward, family. So crystals receive information, family, and meteorites is the next level. Meteorites give information. Okay, meteorites, that's the next level. Meteorites actually give you knowledge. They give you information. Okay, that's another level of a whole. Those are not even gemstones. That's a meteorite. It's outer space. It's a whole nother level, family. And shout out to Brother Dreamwise and the whole family. I gave some deeper information on that topic and some other things inside of the lecture that we did in Atlanta back in June. I went in on that. So if y'all want that, y'all can go see Brother Dreamwise, mentalalchemy.com, and y'all can buy that lecture. But yeah, family, so that's very important, family, to understand that. So meteorites is on a whole nother level, and meteorites can give you knowledge. So if you mix a meteorite and a crystal together, you got some serious stuff. Or should you be sitting your crystals on meteorites? I wonder. You know what I'm saying? So your crystal can get more knowledge and information. So that's what you should do, family. Take that to the next level. And I'm not giving y'all no meteorites and stuff like that. Go to the Patreon to get that. I give some stuff like that on Patreon. Some different types of things on Patreon and stuff like that. But yeah, family, that's very important. So that's the next level, meteorites, right? And it's important for y'all to understand that. And it's also important, family, that you learn that the number one crystal that you need to feed and evolve is your own soul. That's the number one crystal you need to evolve and grow is your own soul, because your soul is a crystal. It loves light. It eats light. The right type of light will help it evolve. That's why I tell y'all about sun gazing and stuff like that. But you got other forms of light. You got, plasma is a form of light, right? You have, and crystals love plasma, by the way. I showed y'all that plasma wand. Shout out to Brother Hinky again for that, because he been on that Tesla technology for a minute, mixing it with the crystals. So shout out to him for that as well. But they love plasma. They love sun. The sun is also a big plasma ball. So they love sunlight. They love moonlight, right? They love these things. They love different types of light. Your soul loves the same thing. Your soul loves types of light as well. So we have to learn how to absorb and work on these aspects of light inside of our soul. We talked about the Zohar. We talked about different things that you can scan that will actually help you guys grow your soul. Your soul will actually pick that up and learn from it, right? Through your subconscious mind, right? And I kind of go on my ebook. I talk about how back in the ancient days, we used to actually scan more than we actually read books. We scanned the books. So that's very important to understand, family. So like prime example, this is a picture of the Anisa Vajaya Dharani, which is a very powerful Hindu prayer, Tibetan prayer. And very powerful. You can just scan that and your subconscious mind will pick that up. This is put into mandala form. You can also put a crystal on top of this mandala and it will actually program your crystal. Put it on this mandala for like maybe an hour and it will program your crystal. This mandala here gets rid of karma, right? It helps get rid of karma. It's called the Anisa Vajaya Dharani. Very powerful, family. So stuff like that is very important, family. You guys need to understand that because the mystic path of spirituality teaches more about using the soul's power to evolve, right? The mystic path and that goes into like the gurus in India and the meditations and all that stuff. That's more focusing on your own internal technology, which comes from your soul, to evolve and grow and expand. Okay, that's important. So crystals, family, crystals. A lot of people talk about crystals. A lot of people wear crystals. I personally don't wear as many crystals. I still wear crystals probably on a weekly basis, but I don't wear them every day like I used to because I understand what crystals are and I understand I don't need one every day. There's other forms of protection that y'all can use besides crystals. Okay, you can program a necklace to protect you, right? You can program a ring to protect you. You can program anything to protect you. Okay, it's very important, man. Metals and stuff are just as intelligent as crystals. Metals, that's right. They have a consciousness to them. That's right. They're just as intelligent as crystals. So you can program your metals. And I told y'all about the helm of all. One of my favorite protective symbols. I wear it sometimes. I keep it mostly in my medicine bag, but I wear my medicine bag pretty much in my pocket every day. If it's not around my neck, but get your helm of all. And you kind of don't really need to program that. The geometric shape of it, that's why I love amulets over crystals, right? I love a lot of different types of amulets, the pentagram, the Sri Yantra, the 72 letter name of God. What else? All of them. You know what I'm saying? All of them. Because they can the geometric shape of them is already programmed into the metal to do what it needs to do. So that's very important, family. It's very important. And the helm of all does that as well. It's already shaped into a geometric shape. See, the crystal, you got to program and do all the metal's already done. Only thing you may have to do to an actual amulet of metal is clean it every now and then, depending on what type of metal it is and depending on where you are. If you work at hospitals, graveyards, around a lot of kids, a lot of schools where it's a lot of chaos going on. Chaos don't always need to mean something bad. Chaos, it doesn't always mean something bad. Chaos can mean there's a lot of energy around. And sometimes in that mixing of energy, some of these kids, you may think, well, Brother Yosef, what's so wrong with being around a lot of kids? Well, sometimes these kids are being abused. You know what I'm saying? They're being abused. They're being abused at home. They're being taught things by their parents, racism, and they're taught to hate and stuff. So they come to school with those spirits on them, right? At a young age, and they could jump on you. So you always got to be ready. You always got to be prepared, family. So, it's very important. It's very important. So, that's all I want to say to y'all, man. I just want to get in here and talk about that real quick because I keep getting that question about crystals. And when I ask people basic questions about crystals, I find out they didn't program it. They didn't update their crystals. They didn't do none of that stuff. And that stuff is so important, family. All right. So this is Brother Yosef. I love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Once again, check me out on Patreon. Email me at nulyfetools@gmail.com. My website will be up probably tonight or tomorrow. My website should be up, family. And my ebook should be up on Amazon tomorrow. Okay. So I appreciate y'all for y'all love and support. Thank y'all for everything. And I will holler at you guys in the next video. Peace, family.